Tammy Naslin, Corey Hill. Bad at footballs, good at racing. Drew Nelson, Devin Larson, Terry Bartik, the Hammer Hegeman, and Sierra Kramer getting ready to come down at us, going green right now. Dosh, Fenstermaker gets all crazy, goes down to the inside in a hurry, going down the front stretch. That leaves Faye all by himself up top. Not sure that helped much as he drifted back to the 5th place spot. Siltman with a good drive down into turn number 3. And look at Paul Naslin. She gets a little sideways. Just get a little bit slideways. Nelson gets into Fobb, pushes him up the hill. And a bunch of guys going around. Drew Nelson. I can re-announce these names, no problem at all. As soon as it's quiet, I'm on it. Dosh, Siltman and Paul in the second row. Siltman with just ever so slight an edge. Paul goes in on the high side. Siltman's stuck to the bottom. Look at Dylan Nelson making a sandwich, coming right up through the middle, squirting. He's like the cream in the Oreo. Sliding up through the middle of Faye and Naslin, a little accordion going on. Tammy's kind of getting bounced around a lot back there in the 114 car. She gets her under control. And Tammy, usually the girl that's going forward, not backwards. See if she can get her under control here. It's Dosh, Siltman, and Paul. 1, 2, 3. Then Fenstermaker, Hill, and Nelson. They're your next 3. Dosh pulling that lead. He's about 4 or 5 car lengths out in front of Siltman. And Roman doing a fantastic job of holding off the too bad car. Really good job. Running that nice inside line, able to stick it right on the bottom. Cars handling well. They have found a good setup for the number 43. It is Craig Paul, and those 3 have separated themselves from Aaron Fenstermaker in the 0-0. Then Hill and Nelson, they are battling it out there for the 4th place spot between the double odd, the 68 and the 25. They're all right there in the middle of that pack. Naslin, Faye, Kramer, and Larson all in the battle behind them. Jake's bad luck continues there in the 33 car as the Hammer. It's handling good, just doesn't have much speed under it right now. So they'll get some wrenches put on that car and get her figured out later in the week. Dosh still up front and pretty comfortably up front. Now we got a battle for second spot as Paul drifts down to the inside on Siltman. He'll have the inside going into 1, but Roman just doing a fantastic job. Woo! Fenstermaker speedy down into turn number 1, way down in the dirt, and somehow he made it work. That's a new line right there, I think. Plus he's got the smoke factor going on now. Throws up the James Bond smoke screen. That could have just been horrible if he'd have come back up onto the track there, but he able to keep her down and out of traffic. Good on you, Aaron Fenstermaker. Resetting the field now. It is Dosh, Siltman, Paul, and Nelson. They're your top 4. Then some gap back to the 114 of Naslin and Corey Hill in the 68 machine. Laps winding down. 5 to go now. 2/3 of the track. Your race is done. Dosh still pulling away from the field here. Siltman and Paul. And I am so impressed here with Roman Siltman just doing a fantastic job of staying up in front of the too bad car of Craig Paul, your feature winner last week. And Roman is just hanging there and giving him everything he has and more. Dylan Nelson not able to make up much ground yet. Naslin, Hill, there's some distance back. It's not the usual suspects up front here tonight. And sometimes that's kind of cool to see. 3 to go now for David Dosh. Out there. And he's maybe to put 2, maybe 3 car lengths more in between him and the 43. The good news for David is it's been clean and green the whole time. No cautions and no lappers. The back of the field pretty much on pace with the front of the field. And so the lapper's not able to make a difference, as they always tend to do. Kramer bumping her way up through the field towards the back there, getting past the number 10 of Brandon Fay. White flag out. One more lap of the track to go for David Dosh in the 12. The Body Works sponsoring that machine. Drew Nelson to the inside and getting the win right there. David Dosh comes to the front. The Body Works, Mills Auto, the Green Lantern, Rice Creek, Perfect 10 Nail Salon, and R&A Storage, all on the side of the number 12 of David Dosh as he rolls down in to the Grand Casino Pure Stock Winners. To get the second spot in the number 43 car, Watt Computer Solutions, Larson's Painting and Pre-Finish, and Kenley Law Office out of Jenkins sponsoring Roman Siltman. And look at Craig Paul. He's got a flat tire. He ran that race on a flat tire. I don't know how long it's been flat, but flat nonetheless in Craig Paul's car. And Dylan Nelson, your point leader early on in the season, I think coming into tonight is your point leader. And I think he finished the race in 4th place, but then quickly got to the infield, and his car puking antifreeze out the bottom of it as he pulled to the infield. You can see the row of fluid to the infield there, and so hopefully that motor is not hurt in the number 25 car. But right now, the millsauto.com, the Body Works number 12 of David Dosh rolls into the Grand Casino Pure Stock Winner's Circle. We're looking for our trophy hander outer for the Pure Stock class, and that is Aiden Anderson. We need you out on the track, Aiden Anderson. Go right down through there. Miss Laura will help you over the wall. We'll get David out of the car. There he is, folks. Give him a hand. Out there, he had that trouble early on, and he's not out there. And so Todd Reiser, the 48 car, will start out back by himself. Here we go. 20 laps coming at you right now. Billy the Kid is standing there. Super fast. Brings him down into turn number 1. The Kid down low. Kendall drifts up high. Opens the door for Vang. Sabraski steps down a lane and follows Vang into turn number 3. Dennis the Menace down low on Billy the Kid. And Brandon the rookie. Super fast. 19 to go. Can the super fast Merriworth hold him off? Dennis the Menace tucks into the second spot. Bang Bang comes down low on the Kid and takes over third spot. Next on the list to pass Billy Kendall if they can. Will be Shane Zabraski in the 7A, and indeed coming out of 2. That's exactly what happened as the 7A gets up and now clears the 9 of Billy Kendall. Merriworth, set, Bang. They are in top 3 in their run right now. Ashley's going to be hard pressed to catch her brother tonight, and she's kind of buried back in the pack here just a little bit. Got kind of a bad start, and there's lots and lots of horsepower between the 7 and the 17, the brother and sister tandem tonight. Keep your eye back further in the field. The 97C trying to work his magic and come up through the field. And getting around goes the 14X cars. The 5X machine of Pedersen. They're your top 4 rows. Coming down to the green flag again. They just green flag. And Merriworth holding off. Look at the people that Brandon Merriworth is holding off right now. There's your defending track champion. There's Dennis the Menace Zek, super fast guy. There's all-time national champion and track champion Shane Zabraski. And they are all following the rookie, Brandon Merriworth. For now, 15 laps to go. Bang, and Zach chasing the rookie. Down into turn number 1. Sabraski behind them. Billy the Kid behind them. Another rookie. Look at the rookies. Gill. And then the 14X of Kurzman. They're all right in the battle there. Good racing going on. Sabraski gets up and gets around the 2 car of Dennis Sett. And so Sabraski into the 3rd spot. Now on the 47 machine of Vang. And look at up front, Mariner. Is he going for his first major win? We'll know in 13 circuits of the field. Coming out of 3 and 4, the 5X machine making his way up through Pedersen. He's passing guys left and right, gets into Ryan Jones there just a little bit. Brandon Merrill. Being chased by Sabraski. Danny's in a spot where he's got to defend second and go after first all at the same time. Top 4 guys. Nobody better. Oh, Gill, look at Gill in the backstretch there, the number 20. He'll get down to the infield here. Good sport. The rear suspension from that car completely blown. And he is riding on the tires, the frame on the ground. Gill doing the right thing, getting on the track and let these guys race up front. Maryland, he's fighting for everything he's got. There's 9 laps to go. In the national champ, hunting him down. 7, 8, 47 and 2. They are absolutely running away from the rest of the field. Timmy Johnson up into the 5th spot. We'll have to see if the 97 seed can make him a little ground on the top 4. Merriwer. Do I dare say putting a little bit of a gap between him and the 7A? No, as the 7A closes that gap, it will dive to the inside going into 3. Merriwer has been that line the whole time. Sabraski's been on the bottom the whole time. He's still the rookie with 6 to go. Sabraski. Is he going to clear up? No. Coming down. New leader as the 7A does now clear the 7. Brandon Merriwer is screaming for a caution. I see him over. There's a kid laying in the track. Now look at him going to the inside now on Sabraski. This is some drama right here. Look at that kid drive. His first year in a Midwest mighty come out of a front wheel drive car. It's a Dodge Neon that guy was driving a year ago. And he's out there holding off now. Bam! And battling door to door with the 7A. One of the fastest drivers there is. And he's right there hanging with them. Bang and Zach hunting him down. Timmy Johnson's not too far off and closing. Now the lappers of Tigger. Chris Seidel in the mix. Bang comes down low. Brandon has to give way as Bang at the line. Oh, Dennis the Menace gets hung up. And that'll cost him all sorts of time as he was on Merriwer. Seidel hung him up. And that allowed the gap to close a little bit more between the 2 and the 97. Sabraski. Bang. Merriwer, your top 3. 1 lap to go. Dustin Joel up in front of Bang. Now he'll be in front of Merriwer. Dennis the Menace. Is he going to get the 7 or is the 7 going to land on the 3rd step of the box? Checkers. So the race rock. Danny Bang comes on 3. The rookie comes on number 3. I said Bang and 3. It's actually 2. The rookie gets 3rd. No man, folks. Get on your feet. Shane wins. But I want you to give that number 7 driver a hand because that was some wheeling right there, young man. Super fast indeed. That was one heck of a drive by the number 7. It says student driver on the back right there, but I don't know. I think he might have took some guys to school there. He learned, and his confidence grew right there. Bud Jones and Sons Auto Salvage on the side of that number 7. Sutton Homes, Jim's Snowmobile and Marine, BC Propeller and Fuller Insulation out of St. Stephen, Minnesota. Your third place driver, Brandon Merriworth. There's your winner, the West Metro Buick GMC Express ATM Services 7A, Shane Zabrowski. It's all. Lexi playing a little bird dog. I'm going to hang back, and then I'm going to time it here, and I'm going to be under speed when the green flag drops. Jonesy sees that coming, though, and so he waits until she tucks right up in there. No momentum at all. That's an old flagman trick right there. Eric Martell in the probe dives down into turn number 1. Fenstermaker and Fletcher are hooked together. Fenstermaker and 9 drivers going green right now. Down into turn 1. Berg gets all crazy. Zippel's in the middle. Nelson. And look at old Hot Rod come to the inside. Holy smokes, look at Gallagher, though. That's the little piston that we're used to seeing. Went right to the top. Berg with a phenomenal save. It wrecked his chances of being up front in this race. He's got 11 laps now to make up some ground there as Bartel got all crazy sketchy, went up the track. Hot Rod did a phenomenal job of staying off that concrete wall, and that would have surely wrecked that Cavalier. And now Rod goes around, gets into the corner a little hot, and around he goes. Caution comes out. Catbird seat here. Green, green, green. Here we go, racing again. And you see the 13 drift into the high side again. Does she get more of the field? Bartel comes up to get in front of her. Makes that block, and then Lexi goes to the bottom. The 13, the big green machine, or little green machine, maybe I should say. And Bartel drifts up to the high, tries to get some momentum coming on 4. Not able to do so. Same running order. Zippel giving Drew Fletcher all she wants, and Zippel able to hold the bottom just a little bit better. Isaac Sample gets up in the Marblies and does a great job of holding on to it. Good job. Real rookie driver, first race ever. Not this season, but ever. Hot Rod having some trouble with the slick track here. In the 99 car, way back in the field in the 6th spot, and not running his normal, very smooth self. Fletcher hanging on to that lead in front of Zippel. Gallagher driving hard to the front as well. And Bartel's right in the mix. Your Hornets putting on a good show. We've had good racing 3 races in a row now. That's exciting. We like good racing. Track prep perfectly. Things are going well for all of these drivers up front. Zippel tries to cut down low. Maybe has it here. Gets just the nose in on Fletcher. Drew comes down to put that block on. She'll be on the inside. Zippel will get to the inside. And Zippel is going to have to get the full body of his car up onto the 26. Really good at squeezing down on these straightaways. She's got that big accurate power. Now we got a car slow. And 6 down, 6 to go. Fletcher with a great jump start down into turn number 1. She'll be all by herself going down in there, but then quickly joined by Gallagher up on the high side. Zippel gives her a little love tap. Another little love tap, little bump drafted in the turns. Can't do that at Talladega, but you can at North Central Speedway. Their leader 13 by just about a half a car. Down into turn 1, the 2 girls get together, the 13 and the 26. It's all green and it's all girl up front. The 26 of Fletcher, the 13 of Gallagher. Zippel hoping to find a groove somewhere, whether it's down low or up high, to get around both the girls and go into the Thrivent Financial for Lutherans winner circle. Drew fighting off the advances of Lexi Gallagher. Lexi hard, really good drive out of turn number 4, but drifts up high. Zippel gets into her just a little bit, kind of kills some momentum. They both save it as Zippel now storms on by. Gallagher to third, Zippel to second. Little love tap back going into 3. Look at this is the Hornet class, people. Fletcher up front and Hot Rod Bird coming out of nowhere up into the 4th spot. Wasn't watching back there, I was watching the fight up front, and old Hot Rod's making his way through the field here. Gets in front of the Probe of Bartel. 1 to go for the 26, the 5, the 13, the 99, and the 11. Your top 5 separated by not too much, and closing the gap, the 5 of Josh Zippel. Is he going to come back as the feature winner? Maybe. We're going to find out now. Gets into Fletcher just a little bit. Is he going to give the spot back? Nope. He's just going to take over and get the win. Zippel, Fletcher, Gallagher, Berg, and so the 26 rolls down into the Thrivent Financial for Lutherans winner circle. And we hope that Sample in the 14 car can get things fixed up. There is that front right tire kind of hanging a little goofy there. And should be an easy fix, but you never can tell what's wrong with them. And so we'll get Drew out of the car down there in the Thrivent Financial. She's running the Fletcher Excavating, Leasing, and Landscape Supply Sundrop Hornet. A unique way of finishing 20 laps. Usually they get to run a lot of extra under yellow, but they're not tonight. They're going 20 straight off this green flag right here. Super set. And there's the green. Bring him down into turn number 1. Sasquatch goes from high down to low, and he'll be low. Nope, goes back high. Super Seth down low. TC goes way up high into the marbles. Sasquatch falls high. Gonna get Nebraska, Cook, Sweet, and Zippel. Seth has been hunting up a win. He's been right there, top 3, 4, maybe 2 drivers the last 3 weeks. He's got 18 laps to hold off one of the best drivers ever. We got a caution, Zippel and Sweet around off in turn 1 and 2. Kramer with a good jump and holding everybody off. 7A down to the inside of the 15T. 7A holds it down low. 7 or 15 gets the momentum up high, but down low. Short and Sweet is beating the long story around the outside tonight. Sasquatch dives down low on the 68. Kramer holding him off so far. Rolled down into the Coors Light Superstock winner circle, and that would be a good fan favorite if he was able to hold off the 1 and the 7A. 2 of, if not the 2 best Superstock drivers in all of Minnesota. Chasing down Seth Kramer right now, and Seth Kramer, I might say, doing a whale of a job holding on to 1 junior, the 7A now, and that's going to do nothing but help Kramer. Then he has to start defending, although if I know Tim well enough, he can defend and be aggressive all at the same time. Down to the inside on Kramer. Kramer doing a great job of holding him down. Oh, and TC's around behind him. Everybody doing a great job. Cook, Zippel, and Sweet doing a great job of getting around Sweet. I'm pretty proud of Super Seth for holding them off so far. Let's see what happens. 14 laps from now, down into turn 1. Kramer trying to hold it down low, and Tim gets around the top. Sneaky, sneaky on the here in the Super Stock class. He won his heat, and he's looking to win his heat with the 1 Junior, the Sasquatch. And if you give him an inch, he will turn it into about 8 car lengths in 2 laps. And that's exactly what he just did. Kramer almost gets looped. Saves it. And now holding off the 7A. Jake Getz in the 4th spot. And Seth trying to make himself as wide as possible. Hold on to that 2nd spot. The Iron Man taking it for all he's worth to find a spot where Kramer makes a mistake. That was maybe it right there. Some bumps on the track. Yeah. Here we come, going green again. Johnson bringing him down. Sticking right onto the rear bumper of Johnson. Kramer tucks into 3rd. Cook trying to get a little more. Gets down to the inside of the DK. Top 2 right now, the 1 Junior and the 7A. A pass for the 4th spot there as Getz gets up and under DK, the 7K. And into the 4th spot, gets it clear. The Sasquatch. Car lengths, and those two kind of leaving the rest of the field in the dust here as they put about 10 or 12 car lengths on Kramer, and he is hanging on to the 3rd. Then in 4th, TC got up and around next to Cook. That would be for the 5th spot. Cook falls to 4th, and Sweet, not 4th. I checked that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th spot, and then Sweet in the 7th spot. Completely equally matched drivers, still about 4 or 5 lengths between them, down into 3 and 4. As I look up at the board, it will be 4 to go that time by for the 1 Junior. Driving hard. The battle to be watching is for 3rd place, the 68 and the 26. As Getz closing down just ever so slightly on Super Seth. Everything kind of evened out here. 3 down, 2 left to go for the 1 Junior. 7A not able to eat into that gap at all for about 5 or 6 laps in a row now. 1 to go. Will be flying high for the 1 Junior. The Wolleck Construction, Crowing, Recycling, Lakes Area Advertiser, American Steel, Schlegel Trucking, Superstock. The 1 Junior of Timmy, the Sasquatch Johnson. It on the track and on the wheels, he will be our winner and roll it down into the Coors Light Superstock winner circle. It will be the Squatch. The Iron Man comes in 2nd spot in the West Metro doing GMC Express ATM Super 7A. And then it will be in a great drive, holding off 2 of the fastest. But he comes home number 3, the 68 machine of Super Seth Kramer, the Liquor Pig Sports Bar Driver Seat Performance, Full Throttle Garage, American Steel Crankshaft Services out of Brainerd. Super Seth Kramer comes home number 3. But down in that winner's circle, I'll say it again, one of, if not the best Superstock driver in all of Wissota, the Sasquatch. Wolleck Construction, Crowing Recycling, Lakes Area Advertiser, American Steel, Schlegel Trucking, Superstock driver. We'll get him up out of the car. Mr. Timmy Johnson. There's not many things prettier than a nice, some crazy fast Mod 4 drivers behind him. to hold it off. The fence climber, he'll drive down hard into turn number 3. They're 3 wide to the high side. Hessler leads lap number 1, easy. Larson, we got 2 Larsons, it's like the Johnsons. Dean Larson, Tyler Larson, Chad Funt. We're getting ready to go. Green now. Hessler, a great jump, easy. Doesn't get going real good. And that bottles up Tyler Larson. Ziski able to get around the 7L. No, maybe not. Down into 3 and 4. Ziski on the high side. Tyler Larson in the 7L on the low side. And will be your 5th place guy as we go by that time. Now Larson avoids the big tractor tire but loses lots of ground by going through the infield there. Now we have dusty tires and gets a big push going into 3. Still Hessler. Dean Larson in the 2nd spot. Funt making a drive on the 32 as Ziski coming up through the field. Look at that 24 fly. And if you've been here the last 3-4 weeks, remember the history between the 11 and the 37. Puts a little bit of a gap, maybe 6 or 7 car lengths in between him and 2nd spot right now. Funt, look at that guy. He is a real man this last week. Into the 3rd spot and around Geezy and Ziski. Geezy trying to make a comeback here on the low side of the backstretch. Funt going around the high side. They've got something figured out in that 21 car. Look at how fast and easy. Larson. That's not an easy task, folks. He is the track champion for a reason, and it's because he's a real man in that chrome bullet. But Funt made it look easy. And now sets his sights on Jerry Hessler. If you were here last week, there's some history between the 11 and the 21, and it is a phenomenal door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel, 8 or 10 lap race between the 21 and the 11, and look at Funt just drive to the front in this Hornet class. You want to talk about a monster? It's your Monster Energy Mod 4s, but that guy, 6'5", super nice guy, cheap as ever. Look at his car's got 2 different colored numbers on it because he didn't want to buy vinyl twice. He's to the front. He spent all his money on Go Fast juice or something because he just went around Larson and Hessler and he made it look easy. Now, the guy that I think he's going to have to contend with here before we're all done is that 24 driver. And maybe even Hessler will find a groove and get back at him. And right there he does. Good drive out of 2. And the 11 closes down the gap. Funt running right where he wants to, right in the middle of the track. Says, try it low, try it high, I'm going through the middle and getting as wide as I can in this tiny little Mod 4. Fun times fun, going for 2 in a row. Hessler holding off Ziski. 3 laps to go. Ziski tries it down low. Gets squeezed down just a little bit by the 11. The 11 holds serve, and Ziski tries again on the high side of 3 and 4. By that time, your fastest lap was just easy. The 32X was your fastest lap that time. Further back in there, but he's got a clear track in front of him. 1 lap to go. The 21, the 11, and the 24. The class of the field tonight. Fun times fun. Another one of those Onamia guys comes out of Piers. And he goes to the Monster Energy finish circle again. Ziski edges Hessler for 2nd. Larson gets 4th. Dean Larson, Tyler Larson gets 5th. Sons Auto Parts, DC FDF Auto, French Lake Auto Parts, and Frederick Chassis out of Piers, Minnesota. Super nice guy. He was our driver interview earlier tonight. Special made car to fit his large body. And apparently the gas pedal still working just like it does on everyone else's. Maybe even a little better. Because, man, he went to the high side, right in the middle, really, but the second groove, and he just drove around those guys. That was impressive. There he is. You heard me talk about how tall he is. You get to see him now if you've never seen him. Look at how tall. He's standing on the ground there. No, I'm just kidding. Are you ready? We're going green. Right now. Jones on the low side. Martini on the high side. Martini's going to get the advantage up high. Isham taps the wall just a bit as they go down to the backstretch. Fletcher down low. Jones up high again. The high side seems to be working as Eric Martini takes it to the front. Fletcher wiggles his way down to the inside and gets ahead of Justin Jones. Sobraski going to try the same thing. Isham's trapped up high. Sobraski to the third place spot. Isham, can he get the tire there? Or just get a lot of traction in that right rear tire? With his aim out, and he is going to have a drive down to the inside. I think there is a big old bump in the track over there coming out of 2. These guys are kind of launching out of it. We'll have to see if they adjust their driving. As Cruiser around down in the middle of 3 and 4. We'll have to see if he can get it going. Nope, just like that. Lickety split. Martini brings him around. On the high side, gets around Fletcher. Isham's going to come to the inside of Fletcher and try to take away third as they roll down into turn number 3. Fletcher on the outside. It's a lot longer, but Martini looking to put the gap on Sobraski, puts about 3 or 4 down the straightaway as Martini gets out of the turn. Really good. Sobraski trying to play both offense and defense at the same time because he knows those boys are behind him. The Iceman down low trying to get to the inside of the 7-8. Trying to hold them out of there. Fletcher, they're all doing real well. Iceman makes a drive down into turn 1. He has the nose of the car to the inside of the 7-8. Sobraski's going to be forced to the high side. Now works his way down to the inside. Isham. Fletcher trying to get to the inside of the B9E car. Bud Light holding him off so far. We got 8 down. We got 12 to go. 9E. Looking like maybe a pretty brilliant easier two leader. Didn't quite 100% clear the 24, but he did now down into 1. Martini gonna come back on the low side, maybe do the same thing back to him. Eichen's up high with the momentum. Been running the whole time. Martini down low, Zabrowski down low. Fletcher down low. Jones right in the middle. This is a race right here. Donnie Eichen's. And you know what? Check out his left front tire, folks. When I say he's driving the wheels off it, I mean he's driving the wheels off it. 1 lap to go, and your leader is driving with a flat left front tire. On the rim, going down into 1 is the 9E. The battle shaping up behind him. People are going to start doing that on purpose with this drive by Donnie the Iceman Eichen. It's your win. Martini, Zabrowski, Fletcher, and Jones come home in the toilet heaters of St. Cloud, the Richmond Tire and Auto new adventure of Richmond. Check it out, folks. He's going to turn around and go in there and show us that flat tire. Dead on the rim is the left front. I think that they should just take that wheel off there. The only reason they need it is for caution laps. Amazing. Literally drives the wheels off that car. Absolutely. Donnie Eichens, the Iceman, climbs up out of that car. That was shaggin' wagon back there. Is outside of row number 5. Then it's Billy the Kid, Danny Bartik. And Robert Young Jr. didn't make his heat, but he's out here for his feature. And here we go, green, right now. Great jump by Hornet. The Rocket Man holds him in there as well. And Danny Dick was not so excited to be getting past right on the thing there and tried to drive down into the corner. And folks, that's what you call a land rush right there, is the 98 going backwards in a hurry through this field. And it's all 11 all the time. You gotta be white car, you gotta have blue on it, and you gotta be number 11 if you want to lead this race. Or even be in the top 2 as Dykoff and Crookton battling it out there. And Gary Sack pushing cars into the infield. And here we go, coming green, Davey Crookton bringing them around. Dykoff and Johnson in tow in that second row. Danny Dickens spun out almost right off the bat there. He saved it, and a good drive by Danny Dickton to save that right off the bat. The same 17 car gets tied up, and he goes to the back in a hurry. Aaron Johnson gets sideways, bottles everybody up, and everybody saves it. The Rocket Man to the inside. Wageman gets sideways down in turn 1. Yezik is slow on the backside. Aaron Johnson loose again coming down out of 3. The Rocket Man, I told you before, that car's for sale. If you want to get into a super fast street stock car, that 14 car is for sale. The 442, however, is not for sale, and it is another one of those very, very fast cars. Out front, 442, then the 14, then the Sasquatch, the 1 junior. National point leader in that 1 junior car in this class. Then it's Crookton, Dykoff. Oh, and look back behind him. How did they save that? Those guys were completely sideways, pointing at the concrete wall, and somehow saved it there. Billy Kendall, Wageman, and Yezik. Great job driving there. Just to save yourself, and honestly, they didn't even lose much time to the guys up in front of him. 10 laps to go the last time by. It'll be 9 to go this time for Aaron Johnson. I call him the Phenom. And you're finding out why right here. Leading around the Rocket Man and the Sasquatch. Two former mighty axe, folks. The mighty axe is that close already. Hard to believe. The other thing we're close to is the restart of the street stock race. We got 10 to go. Aaron Johnson, the phenom, bringing him down. Timmy Johnson. Look at this. It's Johnson, and Johnson. The Rocket Man, the Sasquatch, and the phenom. They're all right there. 1, 2, 3. Dykop on the high side, excuse me. And then it's Wageman. And Crooked down low. Further back. 2 wide, 3 deep. Johnson into the dust to get around Aaron and gets a nose in front. Does he get him clear? Aaron Johnson going to try to come down low. Gets it all crossed up. Loses lots of momentum. And Timmy the Squatch. All of that experience. Phenomenal talent. There's a reason he's your national points leader in this class, folks. And it's because the guy can drive the wheels off of anything with a motor and a steering wheel. Oh, and Johnson, Aaron Johnson, finally does get around there, and it bottles up the field. What happened there, but they pushed him off, and now he's back out onto the track. And he's going to have a big head of steam coming down here as we go green. The Sasquatch, the Rocket Man, and Kyle Dykop lead him down into turn number 3, and Mark Johnson gets a huge push, and up the hill he goes. Look at Aaron Johnson. He has passed 4 cars in a quarter of a lap. Barton. Next on the hit list. Tim Johnson leads him around. Dykop in second. Wageman, then the Rocket Man. Look at Aaron Johnson. He did this in his heat race too. The heat race was just a prelude for the feature. Barton gets sideways. Oh, and the 17 goes around. Rip the whole front. Auction. Squatch drops the hammer and pulls away. Wageman up high. Dykop on the low side. He's got that fender out there blocking for him. Wageman says, I don't really care about the fender. I'm coming to the front. So Wageman into the second spot. The Rocket Man, a little accordion going on there. As the two Johnsons company back further in the field. Bartek holding off the Rocket Man, the phenom, trying to get around him as well. That is the battle there for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. The one junior driving away like he does. Oh, and another one around. That's gaining kick in the 98. Is he going to get it back out here? He does indeed. Which is exactly what these guys wanted. More laps. Because if we get one more caution, it will be a green-white finish. Cut the laps down. But we're not going to have any more. 4 laps to go for the one junior. Wageman up to second. Dykop still runs third. The Rocket Man in 4th. Bartek 5th. Check that. Aaron Johnson 5th. Down into 3 and 4, now out of 3 and 4. 2 to go, white flag flying next time by. Wageman doing a fantastic job and putting a little gap between him and Kyle Dykop. The Rocket Man and the phenom. 3rd and 4th. No, excuse me, 4th and 5th. Look at Tim Johnson. Lap after lap just puts more and more room between him and everybody. Not only on the track, but in the points. More space. Driving down the backstretch. Coming to the checkers. It will be the one junior of Timmy Johnson gets the win. Then it'll be Sean Wageman, the Rocket Man, Kyle Dykop, and with a great drive back to the 5th spot, Aaron Johnson saving some street stock winner's circle. And for the second time tonight, we will let the one junior, the Woollett Construction, Curring, Recycling, Lakes Area Advertiser, American Steel, Schlegel Trucking, street stock of Timmy the Squatch Johnson. He's from right here in town. You're not going to find many better street stock drivers in all of Wissota. You're not going to find many drivers that are better than Tim Johnson, period. No matter what you put that guy in. Great job. Timmy climbs up out. He wears those purple sleeves. That means he is a former national champion, and he's looking pretty strong for another one.